What if I told you the Cleveland Browns are about to face their most brutal opponent this season, and it's not wearing another team's jersey? That's right, Browns Nation, the enemy is in the building, and Kevin Stefanski just called out in front of everyone. We're talking about the special teams disaster that's threatening to sink this entire season before it even gets to the finish line. And if you think I'm exaggerating, wait until you hear what Stefanski said after the last game. The man looked like he was ready to run sprints himself. But before we dive into this chaos, if you bleed orange and brown and you're serious about following every twist and turn of this season, smash that subscribe button for Browns Breakout right now. We're building something special here, a community of real fans who aren't afraid to tell it like it is. Hit that notification bell, drop a comment, and let's ride this journey together because trust me, you're not going to want to miss what's coming. So let's get into it. The Cleveland Browns, our beloved, complicated, heart attack-inducing Cleveland Browns, have given us a season that's been equal parts thrilling and maddening. One week we're watching Deshaun Watson thread the needle with surgical precision. The next we're screaming at our TVs, wondering how the same team that looked unstoppable suddenly can't get out of their own way. And look, every fan base deals with ups and downs, that's football. But there's one particular thorn that keeps jabbing this team right inside, over and over again, and it's becoming impossible to ignore. Special teams. Yeah, I said it. The unit that's supposed to be the great equalizer, the hidden weapon, the third phase that championship teams ride to glory, has instead become the Browns' kryptonite. And Kevin Stefanski? He's had enough. After the last loss, Stefanski stepped up to that podium, and you could see it written all over his face. This wasn't the usual coach speak, the diplomatic, we'll look at the film and make corrections routine we're all used to hearing. No, this was different. Stefanski looked frustrated, almost exhausted by having to address the same issues week after week. He didn't sugarcoat it, didn't try to deflect blame or make excuses. He straight up said that the special teams unit has to hold themselves accountable, that they cannot keep making the same mistakes and expect to win football games. When your head coach, a guy known for being methodical and measured, comes out that fired up, it's serious. This isn't just about one bad play or one unfortunate bounce. This is a pattern, and patterns in the NFL are killers. Let me paint you a picture of what we're dealing with here. Imagine you're in a tight game, every possession matters, field position is everything. Your offense just put together a grinding drive, flip the field, pin the opponent deep. Your defense is amped up, ready to make a stop and get the ball back with great field position. And then boom, special teams gives up a massive return that erases all that hard work in 5 seconds. Or maybe it's a muff punt, or a penalty that gives the other team a fresh set of downs, or blown coverage that turns a routine kick return into a momentum-swinging explosion. These aren't hypothetical scenarios, Browns fans. This is what's been happening. These are the moments that have cost Cleveland dearly, and in a division as cutthroat as the AFC North, you simply cannot afford to give away free points and field position like you're running a charity. The AFC North is a war zone right now. The Ravens are always dangerous, the Steelers are scrapping for every inch, and the Bengals, even when they're struggling, can light you up on any given Sunday. Every single game in this division feels like a playoff game, because essentially, that's what they are. You drop games because of preventable mistakes, and suddenly you're on the outside looking in when January rolls around. The margin for error is razor thin, and special teams errors? Those aren't just minor hiccups. They're season-defining disasters waiting to happen. And Stefanski knows it. The entire coaching staff knows it. Heck, the players know it too. The question is, can they actually fix it before it's too late? Now here's where things get interesting. Stefanski isn't just pointing fingers and moving on. He's rolling up his sleeves and diving into the problem. Word is that the team is intensifying their focus on special teams during practice, adding extra drills, more film study sessions, really getting granular with the details. Because here's the thing about special teams, it's not usually about talent. The Browns have athletes. They've got speed, they've got size, they've got guys who can make plays. What they've been lacking is execution, discipline, attention to detail. Those are coachable things, fixable things, but only if everyone buys in and commits to doing the work. Stefanski is betting that this roster has the mental toughness to turn it around. He's betting that these players, many of whom are veterans who've been in pressure situations before, will respond to the challenge rather than crumble under it. And let's be real for a second, this team has shown us they're capable of greatness. When the Browns are clicking on all cylinders, they're genuinely scary. Deshaun Watson has had moments this season where he's looked like the elite quarterback everyone expected when he arrived in Cleveland. That arm talent is undeniable. The mobility, the ability to extend plays and make something out of nothing, the leadership in the huddle, it's all there. The offense has weapons. The defense has stepped up at crucial moments with big stops and game-changing plays. This isn't a bad team. This is a team with legitimate playoff potential, maybe even Super Bowl potential if everything comes together. And this is a massive, but none of that matters if special teams keep sabotaging everything else. You can have the greatest offense and the stoutest defense in the league, but if your third phase is constantly putting you in bad situations, you're going to lose games you should win. That's just the brutal reality of NFL football. The good news, if you want to call it that, is that we're not at the point of no return yet. There's still time to fix this. The season isn't over, the playoffs are still very much in reach, and the Browns have shown resilience before. This is a franchise that knows adversity, right? Cleveland fans don't need a history lesson on bouncing back from tough situations. The question is whether this current team has that same DNA, that same refusal to quit when things get hard. Based on what we've seen, I think they do. The talent is there. The coaching is there. The fan support is definitely there. Cleveland has some of the most passionate, loyal fans in all of sports, and that energy matters. It lifts teams, pushes them forward when momentum starts to slip. The players feel that. They know the city is behind them, waiting for them to put it all together. So where do the Browns go from here? It's simple in concept, brutally difficult in execution. They need to tighten up every single detail on special teams. No more mental errors. No more missed assignments. No more penalties at the worst possible times. Every player on that unit needs to understand their role and execute it flawlessly, because that's what it takes to win in this league. Championship teams don't beat themselves. They make the other team earn every single yard, every single point. The Browns have all the pieces to be that kind of team, but they've got to get out of their own way first. The upcoming stretch of games will tell us everything we need to know about whether this team is truly built for a playoff run, or if the special teams chaos will continue to be their downfall. Kevin Stefanski isn't panicking, though, and neither should we. This is a coach who's been to the playoffs, who's won Coach of the Year, who knows how to navigate adversity and adjust on the fly. His commitment to fixing this problem, his willingness to call it out publicly and demand better, that's leadership. That's what you want from your head coach. And the players are rallying around him because they respect that honesty. Nobody wants to be the reason the team misses the playoffs. Nobody wants to be remembered as the unit that couldn't get it together when it mattered most. Pride is a powerful motivator, and right now, that special teams unit should feel the heat. They should feel the urgency. And hopefully they'll channel that into the kind of focused, disciplined football that wins games instead of giving them away. The road ahead isn't easy. It never is in the AFC North. But the Browns have proven they belong in the conversation. They've got the talent, they've got the coaching, and they've got a fan base that will ride with them through every high and every low. Now it's about execution. It's about taking care of the details. It's about special teams becoming a weapon instead of a liability. If Cleveland can clean up these mistakes, if they can turn this unit around and make it a strength instead of a weakness, watch out. This team could be dangerous in January. They could be the kind of squad nobody wants to face in the playoffs. But it all starts with fixing what's broken right now, today, this week in practice. No more excuses. No more moral victories. Just results. So Browns Nation, I want to hear from you. Are you confident this team can turn the special teams around? Do you think Stefanski's message is going to resonate and we'll see real improvement in the coming weeks? Or are you worried this is going to be the thing that derails a promising season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I read every single one and your perspective matters. We're all in this together, riding the highs and lows of Browns football. And hey, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed because I'll be bringing you the latest news, analysis, and bold takes on everything Cleveland Browns. We got a lot of football left to play, and I'll be here breaking it all down every step of the way. Let's go Browns. The fight is far from over, and better days are coming. We just have to clean up the mess first.